Hi everyone, I'm Susan with Pigtail Quilting and Stitching. Welcome to my channel. It's been a little while since my last video. It seems like we've had lots of cold weather and some colds, and so it's just been a while. But I just wanted to give you a little catch up and see what I've been doing. I'm going to show you what I've been working on some of my little quilts I've done, and also a cross stitch project that I've been working on. And then I'm going to take you up to my stitching room again. I know it was not that long ago that I gave a little tour, but I'm going to give you a little update I've added a couple of things and something I got for Christmas. So I want to kind of share that with you too. So let's get started. So I'd like to just kind of give you a update on what I've been working on. I have been making these two little quilts for a friend of mine's little grandsons, and they are like about 4 and 6, and they both really love Disneyland and Mickey Mouse. So I decided to get some cute little Mickey Mouse fabric, and then I made them a little lap quilt and a pillowcase. So I just kind of wanted to show you this before I mail them. So I will fold them out so you can see them, but I thought it'd be kind of fun, you know, while they're playing their games or watching TV, they could cuddle up with a little quilt. So I'll just give you a little spin before I unfold them, kind of show you what I put out kind of for, you know, coming up on Valentine's Day. So I put out my Sunday stroll quilt because it had hearts. And then the little heart quilt that I made out of Lori Holt's fabrics last year. And some of my cross stitch that kind of went with it. Just did a few things, not a lot, but just a little bit. So it's been a little while since a video. We've had kind of the colds here, and then also cold weather. So I did get some sewing done. So it's been a while. Now swing around here, do a quick one, what I have over here. And then I'll unfold the quilts. So here is just the one little lap quilt. They're both identical in the pattern. So the other one, and this one has the little Mickey on the back. It was really fun working on them during our cold snap when we had, I think our low was like 30 below, which was pretty cold. So now I'll unfold the other one and show you that one. And here is the second one with the little Mickey and Minnie in plaid. And the plaid was on the back also. You can see that. And I'll just swing right around here again. This is the quilt on here is the one I made from the scraps from the heart quilt. So I just have a few of my little Valentine decorations out. Just left some of the bright colored quilts. maybe I'll just move around here and just try to just add a little different quilt to the high chair. And I did make some little wool tomato, they could be pin cushions, but out of wool, just sewing them together on the machine with a template. They're supposed to be little pumpkins, but I used red wool and then a covered button and just kind of make them look into a little bit of a pin cushion. I made another one that's sitting on top of there. And then I did change out my quilt hanging on my rod, which is very easy to do. I love it. It just makes it so much easier. And then I put a tablecloth, different quilt on there. So there. And I also wanted to mention that I got my little red heart gingham pillow at Target. I thought it was kind of cute, and I thought it could always be used in my sewing room too when it's not Valentine's. So that's some of what I've been doing. So I'm going to give you the latest update on my stitching room. I know I did this just a little bit ago, but for Christmas, I got a TV for my stitching room. And so that meant I had to kind of find a place to put it. So, boy, I tried lots of different places. I was going to put it in the armoire, but I would have had to drill a hole in the back, and I didn't have any way to do that. So, and the shelves are kind of screwed into where they need to be, and I have quilts in there. So I tried to figure out another way. So it's taken me a while, but I think I found how it works now. And I have been spending a lot of time in here. It's been cold. It's beautiful right now, but we've had, I think the 30 below was the coldest. So I have been really kind of hibernating up here, working on cross stitch. So I'm going to show you my room, give you a little tour, and then I'll show you another quilt I was working on, and also the cross stitch. So here we come in, and I have moved some out of my closet, like these little chest of drawers. They were in my closet. I moved them out so I had something to put the little TV on. So instead of watching things on my phone, I can kind of watch on my TV. So we'll just give you a little tour around. I'll start by going up here. I moved my thread box up here, and it seems to work pretty good. And then I hung this quilt. I've had that hung before, but I did add it back up again. And then I did have to move some pictures around. So I hung this little grandmother's flower garden table runner up there, and I thought it worked pretty good. So we'll come over to this table and move around the room. So I have my little two-tiered tray with my little pillows on there, just a little cross stitch. Over here was a couple more of my earlier cross stitch from Lori Holt's stitch cards, as well as this little pillows were from some of her patterns, and over here too. And my stitching chair is still in the corner there, which works pretty good. But over here, I did get a new little cute little table at the same place where I got what I had my little thread box on. And I just thought this was so cute, I had to bring it home. And it does have a little drop leaf, so, but when I'm stitching, I can put some of my supplies on there right next to my chair. So I just have a few things in there. And then also I wanted to share with you, I got so many tips on my magnifying light and to be careful of the sun coming in, and also just to kind of keep it from, you know, scratching. Or so a lot of you sent me tips on a cover and making covers, so I worked on that. And what I came up with here is I had two mini little quilts done, and so I just kind of sewed them together and folded it back and made a little pocket for it. And so it's worked out pretty good. It's easy to put on, and it kind of goes in my room. And I do have in my sewing room downstairs, I used I think a Pioneer Woman placemat, and kind of did it the same way, and that's how I got the idea how to do this one. I still have this quilt hung here, but I did move the other chest that was in that drawer also, and excuse me, in the closet. I moved it out here too, and I moved the other one that I had out here in the closet, and I'll show you that coming up. So I just kind of used a straight pin, like I hang my quilt, to hang this picture, this little cross stitch I did and framed. I got the frame at Hobby Lobby, and I just framed it myself. I kind of got it a little crooked. I've been meaning to fix it, but haven't quite gotten to take it apart and resew that seam a little straighter. And then some of my other cross stitch and some little vintage things. And so I have this little dresser, same as the other one. I had these both in the closet. And then around here is what I had. I got at that little antique store. I had my thread box on it, but I have since just kind of put it here and put some of my pillows on there. And then I hang my grandmother's flower garden there. So I have it hung up over the door. I had to kind of put my picture that my son painted back behind there, as I didn't have a place to put it right now, but you know, that could change as often as I change things around for how it works. But I did get this recently when we had our cold snap. I have one of these in my sewing room, a little, I think a black one, and so it's just was kind of nice and toasty up here when I added this little heater. And it's really nice because I can turn on the temperature. It has a little remote control, so I ordered this. And I can also move it if I want to move it into another room. I can, or I can tuck it away in a closet. And it has a little heater and a little flame. And it's probably one of the reasons I really like to spend some time up here when it was so cold. So now I'll just kind of show you what I did in this closet, because I took those other things out. Still have this quilt hung here. And I do need to still work on this closet. This is going to be a work in progress. I still have some plans maybe, but for right now this really works. I moved this little dresser that was out before, and that fit in there. So I just had to move some of my pictures around. I had this little pink cart from down in my other sewing room in the closet, and I moved it up. And I just kind of put some of the things that I had for my storage and brought them up here. And I have my patterns, my cross stitch, some of my Lori Holt cross stitch cards are in there, and just some little storage. Still have the little storage above here and above here. So that has seemed to work out pretty good. I can get into the closet. And then I will show you this too. This is one of the quilts that I have been working on. I got it for a little baby gift, and I'll spread it out and show it to you. But I have a cute little bear, and he's called a Warmie. They're Warmies, and they actually can there's little directions. You can put them in the microwave, so they could be for an adult or whatever, but they're safe for little children too. So I thought that was pretty cute. And so I have that one ready to go for a gift. But I'll spread that out and show it to you too. Just some of my things that I've had. And I brought those up since I had a little bookcase for them. Took down my bulletin board that I had up here before, moved it, and just kind of put the things that were on it on this little shutter I had. And I hadn't hung that back up in here, so I did that. But, hey, I will give you a peek of what's in the, what's in the armoire. And I have some of my quilts folded up. So if I put my TV in here, I would have had to really do some things to it, but in time I might. But for right now, I'm going to leave it as it is. I have my little sewing machine there. Okay, so here is that quilt. And this was just a simple 9 patch that is kind of put on point. And I think there was, I think the strips were cut 2.5, I believe, and the squares 5 or 6. I'd have to measure them, but it's a pretty basic pattern. But I just had some time. I just wanted to make something, and here's the bear, and there's the little, what it is. It's called a warmie. But it's pretty cute, I think. So I am going to do another video on my sewing room. I was going to do that, but since I've had so much going on here, that I've just haven't had time, and it seems like time has slipped away. So I just thought, I just wanted to, I got distracted and had to kind of rearrange this room, but I'm sure enjoying it. So let's give you a tour. Just another round here before I and these cute little crocheted was given to me by a friend. Same one that gave me little red dresses. So take you back over here. So here I'll just give you a little peek of my cross stitch I've been working on. And it is from the book, a quilting book of Bonnie and Camille. And it's a quilt pattern. I think it matches the quilt that's on the cover. And I'll show you, without showing you the chart, I'll just show you the picture. And so it's called Shine On Cross Stitch. And so that's kind of what I've been working on. And it's kind of great for me as a beginner. So I have been kind of really enjoying this. So, and I did take my book and had it spiral bound, and you can take that to any office supply store, and it's really not, doesn't cost very much. It was under, I think it was under $5. It was for something, but it sure helps the wear and tear on your book when you have to fold it over to look at the chart, and it stays nice. And I've done that on some of my books. I know Lori Holzer, a lot of hers are spiral bound, and it really makes it easy to use. So I just took that to my office supply store and had that done. But there's the progress so far. So just take one more little spin. As you can see, it's so sunny outside, and I think our high today is supposed to be 65, which for the end of January, it's pretty warm. I moved my little heart out here by next to my heart quilt. Still have my little bear that my sister made. So it's kind of fun to stitch up here. Thank you for watching this video and for all of your kind comments and feedback.